I'm here with my Yaesu FT-710 to talk about the microphone audio. I've really enjoyed this radio from Yaesu, which came out in August of 2022. There are really 2 points that brought me to a buying decision. First, this is a full SDR transceiver, which currently stands at number 4 on the Sherwood performance chart. Pretty impressive. But the second bullet point filter really got me over the finish line.
Of your processed
this
audio
radio
before it goes
is
out.
about $1,000 plus or minus depending on which package you purchase and if you got a sale. Well, Yaesu radios are loved for their flexibility and advanced functionality. They may be pretty intimidating and or frustrating to users who are looking for simplicity. One of the first things I determined needed adjusting out of the box was the transmit audio. My voice characteristics came through heavy in the low range with an overall muddy impression. Not very great for a single sideband. Here's a sample to listen to straight out of the box.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob. I mean, that was super helpful to talk that through.
And again, here's another sample after I've done some adjustments.
Yeah, totally. It is funny. I mean, I look at those sites now and I just kind of nostalgically remember what the web looked like when it was first getting going.
In this video, I'll go over 4 parameters you'll want to adjust when matching your microphone to your voice. First, we'll look at mic gain. We'll look at the voice processor, what Yaesu calls the parametric equalizer, and finally, the band pass filter available on the 710. Let's get into it. First of all, you'll want to adjust the settings menu, which you can do with the function knob. It also functions as a selector by pushing straight in on it, and it brings up the settings menu. This is a touchscreen radio. I'm going to be using function knob primarily just so everyone can see everything. We're going to go midway up the list here to mic gain and tap on that. Notice that it drops us right back to the main screen. That's normal. And when you dial the function knob back and forth, notice that the audio gain for the microphone comes up on the screen there and we can adjust that on the fly. I found that the upper 50s was a good match for my audio, my speaking level, my normal speaking level. You'll want to test this and all the other things that we're talking about to find out what works best for you. So notice I've got mine set to 59. Now we're going to again push the function button and move over a couple of items to proc level. This is the voice processor. Notice the orange box around there so you can see as we move through. And again, you can tap on the screen. You can also use a mouse. We're using the function button today. Tap on that, it brings you back to the main screen. Again, that now is matched with the function dial, so we can change that on the fly. This goes from 0 all the way to 100. I've seen some videos where 100 is recommended. In my personal opinion, to my ear, going all the way up to 100 introduces a very synthetic quality to your voice. It just sounds a little overprocessed. But the voice processor really did bring up the total average volume of my voice, which really helped me. And I found 50 to be a good middle ground where I got a lot of benefit without sounding overly robotic. Next, we're going to go back into our menu for the parametric equalizer. Now we're going to have to dig a little deeper into the menu system. We're going to be going to operating settings, tap the function button to get to them. And on the left, notice that we have what I think of as kind of tabs here, main headings for a lot of sub-menu settings. We're going to go up to transmit audio. Again, a tap will bring us to the sub-menu. The parametric equalizer is composed of EQ 1, 2, and 3, a level of effect that you want to apply, and also a bandwidth for that effect. Equalizer 1 is the lows, equalizer 2 is the mids, equalizer 3 is the highs. Now, a little bit confusingly, down the list we find there is a second EQ set with the letter P in front of it. Basically that means if you're going to use the voice processor, the EQ that will be in play should you use it is the P for parametric equalizer. If you're not going to use a voice processor, the first parametric equalizer will be in play. Now, by default, you're also on your own to pick the frequency. Notice here equalizer 1 on the non-processor equalizer is off. That is the default setting. You can tell by the yellow color. You will need to tap on that and choose a frequency for your effect. I've chosen, since I'm using the voice processor, we'll go down here to that particular equalizer, 300 Hertz, 1300 Hertz, and 2400 Hertz for the frequencies. And notice on the low end, I've removed some of the bass with a wide effect, so I want a lot of that removed. And at the mids, I've added a lot of boost with kind of a narrow bandwidth there, 2 out of 10. And at the high end, I've chosen, again, a big boost with a very narrow bandwidth of 1. Now, these might seem like arbitrary settings, and I suppose in a way they are, but you will want, as we said earlier, to test to find out what actually sounds the best. So that's what I did in my instance. I found another local ham who got on the radio with me, and we went back and forth as the settings were changed and made a recording, so I was able to review that and hear what actually worked the best. Now, after you've made your equalizer changes, make sure you actually turn it on. See, mic EQ there is on or off. So while it is tied to either the processor or transmit without processor, it can be turned on or off regardless of what those settings are. So you will need to set it for your voice and then actually turn it on based on whether you're using the processor or not. Now finally, we're going to go back down to the blue items on this menu, which are kind of our deeper settings here. We're going to radio settings for the bandpass filter. You have audio settings for the different modes you can transmit in. Single sideband is what we're focusing on today. Tap the function button to get into the lower settings here, and then TX BPF SEL is the bandpass filter and setting we want to adjust. The default is 100 to 2900 Hertz. You can go wider than that. I went a little narrower, as you can see here, but you can go further narrower. I found in testing this to be the best for my voice. Again, you'll want to do testing to find out what works for you. So there you have it. There's a run through of how to set up your microphone. Make sure you do your testing to find out what works best for you. But I think you'll be far happier. You'll find it much easier to break through the pileups. I hope you found this video useful and you'll come back for a future video. And don't forget to leave me a like on the way out. Thanks, and talk to you later.